Welcome to the Batteries of the Future report. There are some real downsides to today's lithium-ion batteries, stumbling blocks that are the focus of international discussion. The batteries can overheat through thermal runaway, which can result in devastating fires and explosions. They operate best in a fairly narrow temperature range, between 15 and 35 degrees Celsius. And the lifespan of lithium-ion batteries is limited to between 7 and 10 years, depending on their application. On top of that, lithium-ion battery manufacturers are at the mercy of both supply and pricing of a range of critical metals. Take lithium, for example. It's the most critical component of a lithium-ion battery, and the price has jumped sixfold since the start of this year, 2022, adding upwards pressure to production costs. Add to that, cobalt is considered the greatest material supply chain risk for the industry in the short to medium term. And whilst the Democratic Republic of Congo produces about 70% of the world's supply, human rights abuses continue to raise ethical concerns. There are also supply chain concerns around graphite and copper, which make up the anode part of the battery. The industry is heavily reliant on China because it produces 90% of all graphite anode material. Therein lies geopolitical risk. A standard electric vehicle requires 2.5 times more copper than a standard internal combustion vehicle. A recent report suggests there aren't enough copper mines being built or expanded to provide all the copper needed to produce electric vehicles into the future. But an alternative does exist. The solution is Altec Chemical's Cerenergy battery, which uses sodium alumina solid-state technology. Cerenergy batteries contain no flammable liquid electrolyte or separators like lithium-ion batteries. Instead, it uses a ceramic solid-state electrolyte. This makes the battery fire and explosion-proof and resistant to thermal runaway. It also means Cerenergy batteries can operate in extreme cold and desert climates, and they last nearly double the time of lithium-ion batteries, with a lifespan extending beyond 15 years. The batteries use common salt or sodium ions, which are cheap and readily available. And importantly, because Cerenergy batteries are cobalt, graphite and copper free, manufacturers will not be exposed to critical metal price rises and supply chain concerns. Australian-based Altec Chemicals Limited is working in joint venture with German Institute Fraunhofer IKTS to commercialise a 100 megawatt-hour Cerenergy battery plant in Saxony, Germany. The joint venture partners are confident that Cerenergy batteries will provide the grid storage solution of the future. That is the Batteries of the Future report.